What's up guys, I'm Dan Jeong. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to DANtretching, episode number 1. DANtretching is the new series where I give you some tips on how to stretch properly, and I'll explain everything in 2 minutes. But because today is the first episode, I don't know if it's gonna go over. Let's see what happens. So today we're gonna focus on how to stretch your hamstrings properly. I know I've made a ton of videos on the same topic, and a lot of them find it to be helpful, especially people who are prepping for exams for military, police academy, or even college. But I have some new updates to make because a lot of videos are quite old. So I figure I'll give you guys some new videos and with freshly updated content. So here are 3 things that you should avoid while doing the hamstring stretching. Number 1, don't do the pike stretch if you're a beginner. When a lot of people do the hamstring stretching, they either do the seated variation or the standing variation, both of which are totally okay, but this is just too hard for a lot of people, especially for beginners, because this not only requires the hamstring flexibility, but you also need a good amount of back flexibility. That's why a lot of people think this is very dangerous for the back, because you end up doing a lot of compensation to your back, right? So what should you do instead? I recommend doing the single leg variation, so whether that be the seated or standing one, because if you do the single leg variation, you can get into a deeper stretch one by one, and then once you develop enough flexibility for each side, and then you attempt the 2-leg variation. Number 2, stop only stretching the hamstrings. So if you've been working on the pike stretch for a long time but feel like you're not making enough progress, the problem might lie somewhere else. So don't just focus just lengthening the hamstrings. Try to find a problem in somewhere else. If you have a lacrosse ball, try to massage the bottom of your feet for 1 or 2 minutes, and then try to also massage both of your calves for 1 or 2 minutes and see what happens. So try to stretch out after the massage, and if you feel like you made some difference, yeah, good for you. Try to do some massages on a consistent basis. Number 3, do not straighten your leg. So you might have heard to straighten your leg when doing the hamstring stretching. That is not right or wrong, but for some people, this is not going to be relevant because your stretching sensation is going to be more intense in the back of your knees rather than on the hamstrings. If that's you, try this out instead. So try to bend your leg just slightly and see if you feel the difference. So if you feel like you feel better stretch when using the bent leg, go for it. Go ahead and do it. And if you feel like you feel the better stretch with a straight leg, go ahead and do it that way. So there's no right and wrong. So what's more important is to figure out which one fits better for you. And that is going to be it for today's episode. I hope it was helpful. And if you like some additional feedback directly from me, tag me on Instagram stories at Dan Jeong, and I'll try to give you as much feedback as possible. So hit me up. All right, thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you all in my next video.